homesteading and fly tying. Bug repellent? That's what today's video is about. Today's video, if I didn't know it to be true, I would think is the most ridiculous video I've ever made. So the other day, I'm sitting down on the throne, a little bit more personal. I told you I was going to be honest in this channel. And I'm sitting there scrolling through Facebook or whatever, and I see this reel of this guy with this big goofy dragonfly thing sitting up off his hat. And in the commercial, it had one sitting over a porch light where all the bugs were, and there wasn't no bugs. Whatever. You know, everybody's got a gimmick to sell. So I thought, this is stupid. I'm going to try it. So I don't believe in buying stuff if I can make it. I make my living tying flies. For you guys who are new to my channel, our homestead is called I've Got Bugs Homestead because we're raising materials for fly tying. That's kind of my goal. And I am a pretty big time fly fisherman. I didn't say I was a good fly fisherman, but I do a lot of fly fishing. I'll show you some of my stuff hanging on the wall, and I sit and I tie flies, and this is kind of my work area. And I come in here and I tie flies quite often. Now in the spring, I kind of neglect it a little bit because the homestead takes priority, and I have to get all the stuff done, all the chores, all the everything. And in the year's projects, I know we get cool weather during the springtime, so I work my tail off there during those times. And then in the summer, when it starts getting really hot, I get up in the morning, I work until it's ridiculously hot, and then I come in here and I tie flies all day, the rest of the day. In the wintertime, the same deal. There's not a lot to do in the, on the homestead in the winter. You feed and water. It's not like you're out pulling weeds and doing this. And I try to get all my firewood and stuff done before that. So I spend a lot of time in here in the wintertime. So with that said, I thought this is where I can combine the two worlds of homesteading and fly fishing again. If I do all this work and I feed my animals absolutely no pesticides, herbicides, or fertilizer feed, we raise all our feed on house, or if I get it from somebody who does the same method of farming as I do. So we're keeping all of the chemicals out of our personal food and out of our animals' food. Why would I spray it all over my body? So I try to wear long sleeve shirts, and you guys see in my other videos, I wear my little boonie hat, and it kind of covers up a little bit more, and it does really good. Now that hat is absolutely disgusting, and I'm not going to take a shower just to put a hat on. But in the last couple days, I've went out and did a ridiculous amount of research, and I went out with no bug spray, t-shirt, hat, just like normal, and I went out and worked. Now, we've had a lot of rain, so the mosquitoes are pretty bad out here. I live in the country. We live about a quarter mile from Texas on the Red River. The Red River that separates Texas and Oklahoma is a quarter mile from us. Very remote, very little bitty town. There's no, our town doesn't have anything. It's literally like 20 houses. There's nothing here but a post office. And about a mile outside of town, there's a gas station on the highway. So our town doesn't have any like workers or anything like that. So there's no mosquito spray. There's nothing getting done. You just deal with it. Well, I don't like chemicals to the point I'm as hippie as they come when it comes to that stuff. And we'll use some essential oils and stuff, and we'll put different things on there. I've used vinegar, multiple things. And for the most part, they kind of help out. But this trick, it's absolutely ridiculous how well it works. And all I did is I tied a dang dragonfly pattern. This is a fly, and after tomorrow I'm going to sit in here and now that I see how good they work, I'm going to sit in here and I'm going to tie a whole bunch of them. So they will be on my website hopefully this afternoon, tomorrow. I've got bugs.com. We will have these available for sale, and I'll have them where they're just a hook like this, or we'll have some where I'll cut the hook off and we'll hook them into a safety pin to where you can attach them to whatever if you don't want to hook loose. But with these things, I went outside without one and worked and worked and worked, and then I went outside with one. And when I had one on, it was night and day. I didn't like count dots and bugs, but I would say it's 90% more effective. It absolutely worked. How did something so stupid work? But it's not stupid if it works. So anyhow, all I did is I tied this dragonfly. It's a little bit exaggerated of a pattern, and I just clip it on the bill of my hat. Like I literally just stick it on the bill of my hat. Now, my hat that you guys see me wear, my boonie hat, I've actually took one of these and cut the barb off, and I safety pinned it on there. And as long as it's protruding out of the hat, it did really good. If I had it up in the hat where you couldn't see it, it didn't work that good. Now the one with the safety pin pushes it up a little bit higher so they can kind of see it. And if you do this, It's night and day. Having a dragonfly on your hat, I don't know how it works, but it does. So if you guys are interested in something like this, go to any local fly shop, get you some of these, or go to our website, I'veGotBugs.com. If you're a fly tyer, tie you some dragonflies and stick them in your hat. It's unbelievable how effective they are. If you're wanting to do some organic stuff, try this. It's not a cure-all. You're still going to get a few bugs here and there, but it's absolutely insane how well it works. I have been sitting in my room in here, and there was a little fly flying all around and bothering me, like just a little house fly. And I've been like dealing with the thing all morning, and I tied this fly and I started putting it around this dragonfly pattern. The fly left. It could be coincidence, but I was a cop long enough. I don't really believe in coincidences, but I know for sure the mosquitoes and the gnats, they completely stay away. Absolutely one of the greatest, coolest ideas I've ever seen in my life. So if you don't have one and you want one, go to our website, find a fly tyer, however, get you a dragonfly, stick it on your hat. You're going to thank me for doing it. As always, thank you guys. If you haven't been to our website, I've talked about it a few times in the video. We have t-shirts and stickers in there. My new book will be out within the next month, maybe 6 weeks. So we'll do a pre-release sale there where you can get autographed copies of them. My first 2 books are on there. So if you haven't, please do that. If you are a Facebooker, go to Facebook, and it's I've Got Bugs. We have a page that kind of shares both this channel and my fly tying channel. And if you're into fly tying and stuff like this, and you want to see what I do in this room, go to my I've Got Bugs Fly Fishing YouTube, and you can check us out there. So as always, we thank you guys, and I hope this helps. We'll see you in the next video.